Alright, welcome back to another edition of... oh man, this is bad. Welcome back to another edition of Millennium County. This time we're gonna pick up a little bit on where we left off before. We are, as a matter of fact, still printing tunnel portals. I've got two of them finished so far. Some close-ups of those. They look pretty good. That's the finished product. I actually haven't tried measuring them yet. Yeah, I probably should just for fun. Oh yeah, these are going to be fine. Not too tall. Oh, these are going to be good. Okay. So I got my dimensions right anyway. I just got to split them and make them wider. Which, that's why I have to make so many of them. I was initially going to do 3, but I have an idea over here. Instead of making a partial portal, I want to make a complete portal. So I'm going to have to print out 4 of them by the looks of it. It's going to be a neat trick on how I'm going to do this, but if it works, it'll be cool. So I got that done, so far. Then over here, I haven't laid the track yet, at least not permanently, but I did actually build the passenger rail extension, and it is in fact over the Dairy Queen. See if I can get some different angles here. Oh, yeah, there you go. See, it actually does go over the top of it, and it's structurally sound, I believe. Considering I'm not an engineer, but it looks like it would, in theory, work. So, that's pretty cool. Probably not something that you would normally see anywhere. I don't think. Although, who knows? You know, that's the beauty of owning a model railroad. You can almost do anything you want. So, that's where we're at with that. Now, I am having a problem here. I don't know what went wrong. But I was testing the passenger train, my F7. Or FA7, I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, I got power to the bridge, track power. Everything else works fine, but that section underneath the staging area is dead. And I even tried running a jumper wire from the other freight rails, and I'm still not getting any power to it. I'm not quite sure what's going on yet. I may have to actually take the staging area off and actually start checking the rail, because there's limited room to mess with it. Now something might be shorting that section of track. I don't know. There's something going on there. I'll figure out what it is eventually. I'd like to be able to get my passenger rail running. And when I do, I will be sure to videotape it. Because I know we're all excited about seeing a train actually run. You know, it's only been 10 years. I mean, well, actually I had trains run before, but on this particular layout, no, we have not had a running train yet, at least to do anything other than move forward or backward a little bit. So, we're going to get this thing rolling. There'll be several videos coming up. I'm going to try and keep them short, so there will be more of them instead of one long one. We'll have several short ones. And I'll document as I'm going along. And as always, if you guys have an idea, throw it at me. I'm always entertaining ideas. So, I'm going to take a pause for right now. I'll come back on when I get the portals finished. And maybe we'll start laying those in. And we'll make for a short video on that one, maybe 15 minutes or so. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit. And I'm back again. Well, we're getting somewhere on the print. This is number 3. But while I was waiting on that, I had to make a much longer, or I should say wider, tunnel portal. So I cut these two ends off in 2 separate pieces. These will be discarded. I have no use for those. And carefully glued them together with, of course, the plastic weld cement. So I'm going to let that dry on one side, then I'll do the other side. Then I'm going to go ahead and straighten this piece out. I'm going to eliminate that, so I'll cut that off so it looks more, straighter across. Now this is after I carefully measured the opening. This is on the back side over here, which is approximately 9.5 inches, which is where this is at 9.5 inches. So this should work out really well. Of course, once it's all glued and I cut that section out of there, then we'll go ahead and paint and weather it, and then mount it in place, and we'll have one custom-made tunnel portal. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I was just watching a video, and I neglected to remember the name of the guy doing it, but he turn this around here, my ugly mug. He that's not very bright. There we go. He made his out of plastic, with a knife. And he did a really nice job too. It was a concrete tunnel portal. And I liked it, but, it seems to me like it's a little more work than what I'm doing here. And, of course, he didn't have the texture. So he's painting in, to make it look like a prototypical concrete wall, but it's not quite the same as a brick or a rock tunnel portal. And it looks good, don't get me wrong, and I think he did a beautiful job on it, but I think I'll stick with the 3D printing. So, if you have a 3D printer, this is the way to go. If not, well then, you might have to do it the way the other guy did. And it came out just as good. And I've also seen as a matter of fact, the last 2 layouts, or I should say 2 layouts ago that I had a tunnel back in the back corner. And I made tunnel portals out of balsa wood to replicate the wooden look that you would have found like in the late 1800s. And they came out nice too, and they were, like I said, I scratch built them from balsa wood, and it looked just like the real thing. But since I'm modeling, present day, I don't really want anything that's wooden or, anything that doesn't look quite right, so. But anyway, that's where I'm at with it. And, I'm going to pause again. We do a lot of that pausing thing, Yeah, I know. I'm getting way too goofy here, aren't I? I'll come back on when I'm ready to paint the tunnel portal. So stay tuned. Be back in a bit. And we're back again. It looks like our print's done. Oh, a little bit of a trick to get these off. Seal it. There we go. And just get up underneath of it. And gently pry it up. And there you go. Now, let's see if I can. Yes, I'm buttery fingered today. Alright, I'm going to move the camera here a little bit. Okay. Now what we do is, this is called the brim, by the way, this stuff here on the excess. We take it off. We kind of work it off there all the way around. It could be a nuisance sometimes. The sides usually come off quicker for some reason. It's got to do with the grain, I'm guessing. It actually comes off pretty good. Other times not so much. I said, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. Now you could print these without the brim, but there's always that possibility they could move around on the build plate. Then you're going to have problems. Then we take our handy dandy knife. And just kind of loosely follow around there. That comes right off. And we do that around each piece. Or there might be some, there's a name for that, I can't remember what it's called. Flash, that's what it's flashing. So you take the flashing off. It comes off pretty much without any real fanfare. Maybe a little bit on this side yet. That seems to be it. So what we got then is one tunnel portal. Very nice, it's cleaned up, ready to be used now. We're gonna go ahead and set another one going here, last one. It'll do its thing. Now, up here, my fingers, is a mini SD or micro SD card that I'll take over to my desktop, or you can use a laptop if you want. And I have a program there called, what is it called? Curo or Caro, something like that. Anyway, it helps you design and lay out and modify your prints. A lot of times it's easier for me just to find something online and then take and modify it to my needs. I can start from scratch, but it's a pain in the butt and very time consuming. You have to really be good with a CAD program, and I'm not really. Not yet anyway. I have designed some things on the CAD program. Matter of fact, I'll have to dig that out. I built a, I'm not sure what you call it, yeah, I'm not sure what they're called, but it's those billboards they've got, like in front of the bank to tell the time and temperature, the scrolling billboard. I built one of those. I bought the scrollers. They're actually name badges from China. They were very inexpensive, and mounted them in a base that I designed. There's one on each side, and they're pre-programmed to say specific things. It's basically an ad for the bank. I'll have to dig it out and fire it up and show you, but I was going to mount it on the layout once I bought the bank. I haven't bought the bank yet. I'll get around to it hopefully the next month or two. Stuff's expensive, you know. And they really don't offer anything for the 3D printer and stuff like that. It's actually very time consuming to print like flat panels. It would be a waste of time and effort to like trying to print a bank wall or something like that, you know. And I want it to look realistic, and I found this company that I don't recall the name off the top of my head, but they sell these models. As a matter of fact, they sold me the Domino's pizza, the Dairy Queen, and the gas station. And they look very realistic. They're excellent models. Very simple to put together. Of course, you can paint them if you want or not. So they sell a two-story bank complex, and I want to get that. It's a little pricey. It's $140, but you know, it's really nice as a drive-through, and you know, all the things you'd want in a bank. Oh, there goes that starting. So I'm gonna get that. Like I said, it may be a month or two, probably two. And once I get that assembled and finished out, then I'll mount it and I'll put my scrolling billboard up in front of it. And that thing's really cool. I mean, it's really neat the way with the things they come up with now. So, and I've set it up so I can have power going to it constantly to keep it running, because normally it runs on a battery. But it'll actually run off of, you know, auxiliary power. So anyway, enough of that. I went ahead and let me take this off here. I went ahead and glued the other side of the tunnel portal. We gotta wait for that to set up. And once that's good and dry, then I'll go ahead and I'll take the die grinder, the i.e. Dremel tool, and cut that straight across, sand it down, and then it'll be ready for paint. And then of course weathering, and then we'll get it mounted, and then we'll be done with that one. That's going to be the easy one. The tough ones are going to be the one that goes on the front here, because like I said, I've got an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try it. And it's actually going to make, when the bridge is down, a completed tunnel portal. Which actually part of it will be connected to the bridge. So when the bridge is lowered, it'll come in contact with the other one, and it'll look like a full portal. Like I said, it's going to be a little tricky, but see if I can't pull it off. So otherwise, I'm going to have to do a partial portal, which will be kind of weird. So anyway, I'm going to pause for now, and when I'm ready to continue on to work with this portable, I'll fire the old camcorder back up, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Well, this is what the tunnel portal looks like so far. I straightened out the top there. Still got to paint it. That'll be soon enough. I'll actually get this other one done. It's still at You can't really see that, but it's at 15%. Got a few hours to go. Takes a while. I think it's like a 6-hour print. Anyway, back here at the passenger rail extension, I laid down the track. Got my bumper stop in there. And by the looks of it, I can get 1, 2, 3, 4 cars on here now and still be able to load and unload passengers. That'll make for a much better train than just a 2. So somewhere down the road, I'll pick up 2 more of the Amtrak double-deckers. That's what they're called. Anyway, that's going to work out beautifully. And I said it'll probably be a few hours, but once this gets done, I can go ahead and cut it and figure out how I'm going to make my modifications to it to make it work properly. It's going to be a trick, I'm sure. But if it works, it'll look really cool. If not, well, we'll just have to wait and see. So, for now, we'll take another break, and I'll be back when I'm ready to continue on. And there it is, one tunnel portal. Haven't weathered it yet, but it's in place. Doesn't look too bad, actually. See if I can zoom in on that some more. Well, that's pretty much all zoomed in anyway. Does look good though. I still got to do the other side. I've got to weather this too, but I can weather it in place. It'll actually be easier to weather it in place. So, that's where we're at with that. And I'll be continuing this here as soon as probably after I weather that or after I get the other one in place. So stay tuned. I'll be back. Alright, I got the one portal all weathered out. Got something stuck in my foot here. Anyway, that portal's done. It's installed. Looks pretty darn good too. Can't beat that. So, I did in fact, I weathered this one. And I'm waiting for the paint to dry now. The clear coat. So, that's going to go over here. I'm not sure how that's going to work out yet. I got some ideas. They're going to be a little weird, but they might work. So, stay tuned. We'll be back on the air here as soon as I figure out how to do this. Be right back. Alright, so it looks like it might work. What I had to do is I had to trim some off the top to clear the bridge. And when you lower the bridge, it sits perfectly. And you still basically got what looks to be a portal there. So, that came out pretty good. I'm impressed. Well, with myself anyway, a little bit. So, it's basically officially done now. Now, my wife, she decided to do some landscaping of her own. Put this back up. So what she did was, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it too well or not. Get some light over there. And I'll turn this light on. What she did is she added some rocks over here. They look good. Some rocks up. Awful shaky today. Oh yeah, there they are. She put some rocks up there. And He hit a couple of rocks in the back here that are really tough to see. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they look good. So, we got some rocks now. So, we got that done. And we got the extension done, of course. You zoom right in on that. That came out really good. I'm very happy with it. I don't know if I videoed any of this or not, but if I did, just disregard it. But if not, maybe I'll just edit it out when I do the finished copy. But it looks good. So, that's all we got for today. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me turn around and get my ugly mug in there somehow. There we go. And here I am. So that's where we're at today. There'll be more videos to come as I progress through things. Still waiting for my engine house. It should be coming out of England. That Pros that I ordered. They said they're going to ship it in June, so it's June. Probably won't be till the end of June. But as soon as I get it, I'll document that too, because I have to assemble that and then place it. We have to lay the tracks for it. It's going to be cool when it's done, especially those powered doors. I love that. So that's where we're at, and I'm just going to close up this video for now. Until next time, happy railroading, and we'll see you soon. Bye.